Hey, welcome back to another AB Summer Target with the hockey coach Frenchy directly for the beautiful country of Thailand on amazing great Monday night, August 11, 2025. Hopefully an amazing great start of the week. We are back-to-back night talking about the Montreal Canadien and have a full program. It's funny because it's quiet around the NHL. Nothing's going on really around the Montreal and the NHL. One signature left, one signature right. But when you go deeper and you search for continents and talking about hockey, you always find something. Tonight, I have a lot of things to talk about. At some point, I said, I need to stop. I'm going to take me maybe 4 hours talking tonight. I cannot do that. So, it's a full program tonight. We're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, what's coming for the upcoming season for the Habs, and a couple of news around the NHL. The Hlinka Gretzky starts today. This is the beginning of the season. The Hlinka Gretzky tournament opened the door every year for the upcoming season and the hockey world. And today we have 4 games in action. Going to give you all the update. Who have a really good day, number 1 of the tournament. And we follow this. Those games, guys, are on the TSN network if you want, or the RDS French radio TV station. And that's what you can watching those games. It's fun because now you miss hockey and now you have an opportunity to do that. And then you can watch the KHL. The KHL are in action back now. And the VHL and the MHL. Those games, VHL and MHL, are on YouTube channel. So you can follow the Montreal Canadiens prospect if they play on that level, like a Cannon example. Mikhail Cannon played today with the team at Dynamo St. Petersburg. Last for the score 3-2, you have 0 points. That's one way to do this. On the KHL, you can become a member of the TV station. It's about $6 rumble, I believe. It's like $3 per month to watching the KHL live. You don't have to go from the other way. But, of course, you can always watching free hockey at the TV hotline.com if you want to get that direction. So this is what I'm excited tonight because the hockey is back. I have a possibility and an opportunity to watching many hockey games now this week and the middle of the summer. Well, middle of summer. Well, can call it summer, middle of summer. I don't know. August. Hopefully the weather is very nice and you hurry up. Really cloudy here in Thailand, but it's still hot. And we hitting the season of the raining season here. Nobody in town. It's off season, not many vacation. It was a happy Mother's Day for the mom and Thailand because today it is their day. Listen, you Monday, I'm Tuesday. It's Tuesday here. Yesterday was the birthday of the Queen in Thailand. And then I heard I never smoke in my life, so I don't know about the cannabis, everything like that. But it looked like 2 months ago in Thailand, you cannot smoke cannabis anywhere other at the shop inside where you buy it. So you cannot go downtown and smoke and everything like that. It's for the people at the hospital. Anyway, short story. I heard a guy from Quebec. He has a girlfriend here. And they went to somewhere, an island, whatever it is. I don't know exactly when he went. And I did not know that road. Someone told me the story yesterday. And there was about 12 people, and they was smoking, everything like that. And then the Thailand police show up. And they have to pay a fine, a fee for smoking. But here's the catch behind that. If you are Thailand people, it's 25,000 baht. So it's approximately 600 USA, 700 USA, I believe. Maybe 7 more. And then if you are a foreigner, you have to pay 75,000 baht. This is about uh, $2,500 USA money. So he paid for her, he paid for him, and then he left her. He split with her. So I don't know. It's happening for my buddy Sylvain. Sylvain is got sick at some point during his life. He was an army guy, by the way, from Canada. So we thanks for his service. So that's what I'm going to talk about this. I just want to share a story about that. But tonight, we're going to talk about Montreal Canadiens. The subject we got, guys, I know it could be controversy. I'm going to clarify this because I already got some text. Come on, he will never be Guy Lafleur. It's not the point to be better at Guy Lafleur. But I want to talk about even Demidov. Is it the next Lafleur? And I'm going to show to you tonight the reason is my comments about that. And tonight I'm going to talk about my favorite Montreal Canadiens players. This is only based on what I like from the players. Yeah, nothing. People send me texts, send me comments right now and say, oh, I prefer Guy Lapointe. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. My top 20 is who the player excite me when I was watching the game. They vibes me to see them. I'm joy and I'm happy when I watch them play for the Montreal Canadiens since 1974. Now, I can go a little bit more earlier. I did not put Jean Béliveau example because I maybe see Jean Béliveau play 40 game. I don't know. So I skip the beginning of the 70s and jumping more at the middle of 70s all the way to 2025. So, yeah, no controversy. It's just who I love. That's it. That's all. Go to see my my list tonight. Marco is back with me Wednesday. Do I have a show tomorrow? I'm 50-50. But stay tuned. You never know. Notification, click on the bell. You're going to see what's going on. Secondly, Frank is back with us September 3rd. September 1st is Monday, Labor Day. Normal show if we show up. September 2nd is the launching of the 6th year of the channel. The 3rd, we have Marco and Frank with me. I got more guests is coming in September. We have to finalize the date, but expect Richard Stevens, Chris G, Amy Johnson. They cover the Rocket and the Montreal Canadien on the other. Expect people for the Flyers going to join me live at some point in September and October. I promise. I will do my best to bring you 2 new people every month. Sometimes it could be someone came before that, like Jim, example, or Frank, example. But I'm going to set up at least 2 shows per month where we're going to get a special guest left and right talking about hockey. So I'm going to see that. Stay tuned, and I will do my best. I'm really searching right now, talk with other people to do that at the channel. So that's happening there. A lot of news before we start. A lot of people in the chat. We'll see what we got here. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. Larry Lavallee is in the house. Welcome back, Larry. Jazz is in the house also. Audrey Calabo already delivered some comments, right? My friend Frank from Pittsburgh is back in the house. Frank, hopefully doing well. Roy for Bangkok. The weather in Bangkok, hopefully, is doing well. Roy, I'm going to call you Roy the next couple of days. Randy back in the house directly from where? All the way to Alberta. He said evening writing a blog while listening. Here we go, Randy. Which team are you doing, Randy, by the way? Roger Bouchard, notre ami Roger, directement de Massachusetts. Oh, de Vermont. Vermont. We have to call him more like a Vermont guy. But hopefully you're doing well, Roger. GF Dubé, too quiet. GF Dubé, too quiet. GF Dubé, hopefully doing well. First time, I believe, here And if you are, I believe it is, welcome to the Hockey Nation Live Show. Don't forget to click on the like, subscribe. And any question you have, GF, you can talk in French and English. I answer both questions. And hopefully doing well. Tell me which area, which location are you coming from? Audio Murphy back in the house. We missed you yesterday, Mr. Audio. Hopefully doing well. M&M, de retour avec nous. Welcome back, M&M. Let's see the season first. That I think it would be special for Evan Demidov. Canada and Finland have a match. Yeah, you have a great game, Canada and Finland. Really intense for a match in August. A lot of the second period took forever. It was Canada 2-0. Finland tied the game 2-2 at the last minute of the first period. And then the second period was a lot of whistle. The referee was not great, by the way. A lot of pushing after whistle. Anyway, Canada found a way to put a goal and score the third goal at maybe at the end of the second period. And then you got also Canada take the lead 4-2. About 2 minutes remaining, Finland cut the lead by 1 goal, 4-3, and empty net for Canada to win 5-3. We'll talk about other game for Sweden. Frankie back in the house tonight. Frankie Daigle, de retour avec nous, GF. I did not know you were a talent coach. That's my dream to retire early and go live there au Vietnam. GF, you can email me directly, coach@coachfranchi.com. Any question you have about Thailand or Vietnam, Philippines, I will do my best to answer to you. And it is the best place to move, to be honest with you. If you're single, if you have family, maybe not. Well, you can have a family in Chiang Mai, but it's more complicated about visa. But if you're single like me and you just want to say, you know, I'm going to retire early and take advantage of my health before I get sick. But Thailand is a one direction, one way to go. Vietnam and Philippines are great place to go also. It's fun city to learn and to know where to go. But the visa is easier those countries compared to Thailand. But Thailand is, you can get a visa, not a problem, but it's more tough around that. And this year, they changed the rules also. But overall, GF, Thailand is the place to be. Randy, cool, sunny and hot, Roy. Yeah, yesterday was cloudy, Roy, here. The day before was beautiful. Coach is the best at the best. Thanks so much. Certainement. Coach, je suis à Sherbrooke and Estrie. Hey, we had, tu es la troisième personne dans la région de Sherbrooke. We have Nicolas de Gobi-Bono and Philip Brand is from Sherbrooke. If you thinking to retire, so you're on my same age bracket. So Sherbrooke, the Castor de Sherbrooke, with Ghislain Delage. That's why I learned hockey and the QM for them, Frankie. Hey, GF, je suis de Vaudreuil. Enchanté, Frankie. Vaudreuil, Valleyfield, Vaudreuil. Friday we're going to talk about, Friday is a fun Friday night. We just talk about anything, about everything. And Friday I want to bring, what kind of job did you do? Something what you not expect to do it in your life, like a summer job or whatever it is. And I don't know why, but I did a lot of fun job at a young age where I was not expect to be. And I was not my best on those on those jobs. You're going to be surprised when I'm going to give you my categories on my summer job Friday night. Frankie, GF, what we see, Frankie. Here we go. So you got everybody around, everything like that. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. We're going to start the show right away there. Marco is going to be with us Wednesday night. So what we're going to do today, we talk about the NHL news, ad news, Evan Demidov, and the subject of the night, like I mentioned to you, it was Demidov, and then it's going to be my favorite players, Montreal Canadiens. So you already know what's going on around the show tonight. First of all, guys, We're going to talk about the NHL news. This is we start always the show that way. And we're going to talk about the Seattle Kraken. They signed Riker Evans, a 2-year deal at $2.05 million. This is a 23 years old. I think he was a second round pick, 30, maybe not, maybe maybe he was a second round pick by the Seattle Kraken. I think it was 34, I believe, or 35 overall pick in 2021. Plays 2 seasons with the Kraken so far. This is another prospect jumping. But this is what you always compare, right? This is a great way to understand the job I can use. This kid have played 109 games. He has 34 points. Jadon Strobel played 112 games. He has 26 points. They have both players the same role inside the team. Evans for the Kraken want to have more time, everything. And then Strobel want to play more game, everything. But the Montreal signed Strobel a 2-year deal at 1.4. Kraken gave $2 million. You said, coach, not a big deal, 700. It is big deal. This is what you have to appreciate a job or can use. The way he managed his template of the salary cap. He's been doing this for 20 years as an agent in the NHL. But this is a great example. A 2.05 versus a 1.4. If you do this 3 times, it's $2 million more you have to spend per month, per year. So congratulations for Ken Hughes, and the Kraken get that players for that. And the second news of the night is about the Minnesota. They gave a PTO at Jack Johnson. Johnson have about 7 live in hockey. Johnson did the tour from the Kings, the Blues, the Colorado. He went to the Eastern Conference, couple of teams. Now try to stay in the NHL. He's what, 34, 35, I believe, Johnson. But we'll see if you're going to crack the roster. But why they do this, coach? But the reason behind that, guys, they have a young core of the defensemen, the Minnesota Wild, and they want to bring some veterans. They lost, I believe, Merrill, and they try to get a little bit more younger, and they're going to see if Johnson make the team. It's a PTO, professional tryout, and we'll see if he's going to stay around of the Minnesota Wild. Kenyo is by the most competent manager we ever see. I have no sense. GF, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it about that, GF, about Serge Chavard. Danny, back in the house. Welcome back. Ken Hughes is by, here you go. You said the same thing twice, but I cut it, Danny. Welcome back, both of you. Irel Guy Lafleur is Caulfield. Next, Danny is Cole Caulfield. Here we go. Going to talk about this a little bit. Ottawa Senators have a big news over there. This is a project pushed back for about 7-8 years with the owners prior. Now with the new owners, Michael Aubert, I believe his last name. I cannot remember his last name. But anyway, the deal with the Le Breton flat deal. What is that, coach? But this is the land where the Ottawa Senators can build a new arena and get out of the Canada, and go downtown Ottawa. So this is happening right now. This is a step forward. Was expect this last year, but something pushed everything out. They have to finally sometime the court judge about money before the old owners own the money to some people, everything like that. Anyway, they clean up everything, and now they're focusing on the new arena. And we'll see. It would take, what, a couple of years, but this is a good step forward for the Ottawa Senators to get a new home the next couple of years. We know the Senator right now it's really a team you have to watch for the upcoming season. You don't want to hear that, understand that. It's a rivalry Montreal, but this team is getting better and better. And this is, I believe, an Atlantic division. It's a team can push out, and they already pushed Boston out, by the way. Boston now dropped at 5, 6, 7 in the division. But the top three, right? Florida, Tampa, and Toronto. Ottawa right now are knocking possible out the Tampa Bay Lightning for the upcoming season. But we'll see what's happening there. Do not Justin parents still in this money. You know, Roy, it's so funny, Roy, you said that. My mind was said, back the way Jack Johnson played with Columbus, I said on my head, Roy, I should talk about this. And then I owned myself. I said, wait a minute. I believe it's Eric Johnson, Roy, about the money. He'd have a bankruptcy, everything like that. But I could be wrong here. Because Eric Johnson, Jackson Johnson, St. Louis, the Kings, right? They got trade each other. So I'm not sure at 100%, but I'm laughing because you think like I just thinking right now. So someone know the answer, guys, sharing with us. I try to know everything, but I cannot. First, I'm old. Second, my memories, my memoir. It's not like it was before. Not true. A really good memoir. But the problem sometimes is you have too many information. I forget a couple of things. So short story, guys. Someone know the answer. Let me know in the chat. We'll get this. Canada, Danny. You're right. The offer and the rebuild process. They are ready to win now. You're right, GF. They are a couple of years in front of Montreal Canadien. I agree with you. 38 years old, Johnson. I said 36, so I was really close. Jack Putty, sure, Roy. Caulfield is like T-Cole. Here we go, Frankie, about that. I don't know if you remember, but Chris Gilliot have a son. His son was Jake Gilliot. And when I was scouting in American Hockey League, in East Coast Hockey League, I have a lot of excitement, I believe, to go to the USAHL. So I was follow all the USAHL. And when you go to USAHL, this is a 16 team. They are most of the same area, like Omaha, Lincoln, Iowa. They're all the same area. So when you go there, you have nothing to do there. Like, you go a weekend, guys, at Sioux Falls or at Sioux City, or you go to Lincoln. Well, Omaha was better. The Omaha Lancer, Omaha is really big. But Lincoln, Sioux City, Waterloo, but it's good people, great people. But it's cold. Oh, it was cold. Cedar Rapids. So Jake Gilliot played for the Rough Riders. I'm talking about the beginning of 2000. And he never be drafted in NHL. Played 5 games, I believe, with the Detroit Red Wings. He was selected by the Michigan State. He never been like his dad, by the way. And the last 7 years, he passed his season in the KHL. And after the team moved, they moved Conron, whatever they call it, to Shanghai, the Dragon new team now, the KHL. He did not follow. He decided to retire and come back now in USA. He have his wife, he have his kids. So, but it was funny to see this name this morning on my computer, Jake Gilliot. I remember him. Guys were the Rough Riders. The dad that Chris was at the game many times. For that, Philippe, here we go. Talking about Philippe a couple of minutes ago. Philippe, your neighbor, GF Dubé, he's in the house tonight. David, the Grizzlies all the time. Boire, the Grizzlies all the time. I coach, I know Demigod will be the best this year. Montembeau is on the last year of his 3 years contract, so I know GM will trade Montembeau, number 35. Um, I think he has 1 more year, but let me verify that. Sometimes I cannot be perfect. Montembeau have 1 more year, so I was right about this, Philip. So he have this upcoming season, and then he have another year after that. So he have 2 years, Philippe, without that. Il devrait être bon, ça c'est sûr. David, Larry Lavalley is back in the house. Welcome back. Thanks to be with us. The Bunny House, a long time, the Bunny House. So, Villano, and practice is not bad at all. His skill. Great point about that, Bunny House. I think Joe Villano have a great hands, good skater. He just cannot produce an NHL. Like, he's a 25 to 30 point maximum so far. But you have a great answer. What do you think? What you doing, buddy? Danny, or are you? Philip, oops, sorry. No, not a problem. Philip, 007, knock the door. Welcome back, 007. Thanks to be with us. One more news, one more thing I want to talk about this. Yesterday, I talked about the contract of Luke Hughes. Expect him to sign a contract at 7 years was my my prediction. I'm going to give you my prediction for Mason McDavid. Mason McDavid is going to get a bridge contract, maybe 3 years. Can he go at 4 years? We'll see. I expect $7.5 million for Mason McDavid. He's not going to be traded. I'll be shocked. But that's my prediction of Mason McDavid. So, bridge contract, 7.5 for the man for me. So that's what I want to share with this. Bunny House Resurrection. Yes, Bunny. Salut, mon 007. I miss you, buddy. I'm the sign. There we go. Let's move on, guys, for the next thing. I want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens news for the Montreal. And let's start with that. It's going to be a different. Don't forget, again, to click on the like. When I'm alone like this, guys, I do prepare template, everything like that. But you can share your question. You can put comments in the chat. I'm going to talk about this like RG Clabo does right there. Skill-wise, I think Alexei Kovalev is the most talented player in Montreal I ever watched. I think you're not wrong about this. Kovalev was an amazing, great hockey player. We did not get him on his prime, right? But yes, one of the best for sure about that. Ron with King is in the house. Welcome back, Ron. Hopefully you're doing well. So here's go, guys. Let's move on with the Montreal Canadiens news. First of all, they hire Henrik Corneau. Who's this guy? But he was video coach for the Chicoutimi Saguenay for the last 2 seasons with the team. So when you think about this, the management, the staff of the hockey team now is really big. It's not the same like it was before. So example, Montreal have Martin Saint-Louis, Litoski behind the bench. They have Stéphane Robidas. Before that, they was using Bellows behind the bench. I said Bellows, Burroughs. I apologize. He's not there anymore. They hired last year Roger Grillo. Roger is Roger Grillo. He's worked on the top of the game, the rafter, la galerie presse, on dirait en français. And then they have the video coach of the team. Now they hire an assistant video coach with the team to add more information for the team. So Henrik Corneau get a job. One thing I want to mention that is they hire someone at the QM. Second thing, they hire someone from Quebec. It's not like because I'm Quebec, I'm French about this, what I said. My point behind that, Montreal isn't Quebec, is a province of Quebec. We have a lot great coaches in hockey. We have a lot of great video coach in hockey. We have a lot of great trainer in hockey. I can go the way like that. And the fact like Montreal select someone inside of the province of Quebec, thank you. And Corneau works very well with the Saguenay for the last year. So I sent a text to Yannick Jean. I know Yannick Jean because when I was working with the Mississippi Sea Wolves and the East Coast Hockey Leagues, Yannick Jean was played there for a couple of years. So I become friend with him. And I text him, I asked him about Corneau. He said, look, his work ethic is amazing. The guy is always over delivery for the team. He said for the money we pay for those kind of people, it's not a lot in the QM, but he will never complaining. He was doing most of the best job we never saw for years with the Chicoutimi Saguenay. So congratulations for Henrik Corneau, new assistant coach for the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, it's not Danny T, by the way. For that one. Anyhow, the next thing to talk about this guy is Fowler. Fowler on the ice. Someone says see Veleno on the ice. Joe Veleno been skating all summer with Evan Demidov and other players around the Montreal. Before that, Suzuki was around before the wedding. Anyway, Patrick Laine was all summer. But we saw Jacob Fowler between the pipe today with Alex Carrier and Demidov. So glad to see Fowler now back in the Montreal area. He prepared for the upcoming season. He's going to be back on the ice. Of course, Cotobej was many days on the ice in Brassard. So I like to see those young kids to come in Montreal early and to be ready for the upcoming season. So glad to see all the fact about that one. For that. So thanks again for this one, Mr. Jacob Fowler. Next move for the Montreal Canadiens is Montreal Canadiens, no movement. Someone asked me yesterday during the show, how the Montreal going to trade? Are they going to change it, anything like that? I said, I don't think so. And now I think I'm right about that. More I'm thinking, more I see the team, more August, Montreal make always a big trade. We talked about this yesterday. I don't see that. I think Montreal are satisfied for what they have right now. I think they want to give a chance to Kirby Doc. They want to give a chance to other people. A2 back and out is. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on in my life, but sometimes I'm thinking, and something happening. Like I was thinking about Jack Johnson if his mom she was in charge about if they steal the money, everything like that. And then Roy asked this question. 20 seconds ago, I'm thinking about A2. I said, my head, I didn't see him. And bang, he show up. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. It's happened a lot of time here. Anyway, but A2, I'm telling you right now, I was just thinking, I said, I didn't see A2 last night. And I said, he's active on the X account. And bang, yeah, I got, because I don't read when I'm talking to the camera, right? So I don't check. If I want to check the post, I have to go down a little bit on my computer. But when I talk like this, so I don't know who I write the next 10 times because I follow one by one. But it's weird to see that. Anyhow, hey, too, welcome back in the house. Hopefully, an amazing, great week so far. Thanks again, Run with Kings, for that. RG Carabo consider delivery. Some great comments right there. I appreciate a lot. Marqueliat, knock the door. The best decision is to nothing. Sometimes the best decision is to do nothing. Here we go. RG Carabo. 0-0. Welcome, ready. I'm not too sure they need to make another move, coach. Yeah, I agree with you about that, for sure. For that manifestation and Instinct, yeah. Had family over yesterday. Finished too late to watch the show. That's all right. No problem with that. It's just funny. A2. I was just thinking about that. So Montreal Canadiens, no movement. I think they are satisfied what they got, and they want to find out if Doc will be ready, Ray Barker will be ready, and they go from there. The Laval Rocket are going to be pretty good, but I think this is what they have. At least they have enough percentage to make a big trade, but I don't see that. So this is what I feel feel about that. I want to talk about the penalty kill, guys. Um, by the way, have a subject tonight, but I want to be sure GF is right here and the chat. I will not do it my subject before GF is here. Anyhow, penalty kill unit, guys. I want to share with you that for the penalty kill for upcoming season, people asking me who's going to play whatever it is. So what my prediction of Martin St. Louis, I believe he's going to use Jake Evans with Alex Newhook. I could be wrong, but I feel like Alex Newhook is going to be out of the power play at the beginning of the year. That said, they want to use Newhook. But why Newhook on the first unit, not on the second unit? Because when you have Newhook and Evans, but one is left, one is right for the face-off, I think you can use on the both sides of the face-off with your right face-off man. That's one thing. Now, if you're unit number 2, it's not a big deal. But that's my prediction right there. I still believe the first pairing, Cooley and Dobson, will be together for the first unit of the Montreal Canadiens. Anthony P. is in the house, would be the next Alex Ovechkin, Makeliat, RG Calabro, the bunny. And everything like that. If you are Danny T, Danny, but welcome. We miss you. Hopefully you're doing well. The second one, guys, I want to talk about is Joe Veleno with Josh Anderson, Madison, and Carrier. Of course, you would like to have another center there. And that's the reason I split Newhook with Veleno, because both of them are left. So I said, why not to put Newhook with Evans and Anderson with Veleno? Anderson was playing on the unit number 2 last season. One Armia and with Dvorak. One Armia was with Jake Evans. So, defenseman, I put Madison and Carrier. This is what I see from Montreal Canadiens for the penalty kill for next season. Of course, you have more players you can put there. And what I got here, guys, is possible Kirby Doc, Owen Beck, or Kapanen, if they make the team, could be on the unit power play for the Montreal Canadiens. PK, I apologize. Doc, why? Because maybe another player could maybe not be on the power play. So they tried to find some other job on the special team, and that's one, maybe could be that could be there. Then on the defense, I gave Jekai is trouble together, and then I did not mention Ray Barker. If Ray Barker is there, I believe Ray Barker is going to take the spot of Dobson to give them more rest for that. I think Montreal could start with Madison Carrier at the beginning and then use Ray Barker with Jekai possible and sit Cooley. Now, Cooley will have to be there, so I apologize. Let's start over. Cooley will be there, number 1. It could maybe switch Carrier or Ray Barker if Ray Barker part of the team. So we see Jordan, number 32, is in the house for that. Thanks again to be with us. So that's what we got my penalty kill. Not big deal, guys. Just want to share it with you. It's a small subject, but I think it's very important. People asking me what I feel about my power play. The power play for Montreal Canadiens last season was 82.9 or 82.4. Anyway, there was number 9 on the standing on the power play. On the PK, I apologize. Amia, Savard, and Dvorak are all gone. It is what it is. If the PK can drop at 79 or 80%, that's good enough for Montreal to not suffer too much. Because I believe the power play will be increasing those numbers anyway. At the end of the day, Montreal had to be sure they have a couple of players going to be good about that. Jason, back in the house. Ken Sakowski, not penalty killed, big body, long stretch. Good question, Jason. Problem with that part is a little bit like Nick Zuski and Cole Caulfield example. You use them a lot on the power play, and you don't want to bring back them play also on the special team both ways, penalty kill. That's where you try to mix the bottom six. I think for me, his speed is not there. His hockey sense, decision making is average. So I said to you, he's not the best candidate for that, in my opinion. But talk about long range, yes. Block a lot of shot, yes. But I would prefer him to stay on the power play. How about that? For that, New York could become a very good PK player with his speed. 0-0-11. The next, Paul Biron. Paul Biron. For that, I can see Beck more as someone is sacrificed his body blocking shot Kapanen. I agree with you about that, Mark. I think Beck is a bit more grander, more physical at Kapanen. For that. And that's conclude what we got in the chat so far. Let's move on for the next one. I will wait, guys, to get there. Let's go back to 2022. I did an exercise. Let me finish my two other things, guys, then I'll come back on that one. I think you're going to like it. The top value for the Montreal Canadiens asset at this moment are Michael Edge, David Rebacker, and Jacob Fowler. I took one on each position. And I'm talking about the players are not with the team right now. They are not on the formal or on the official roster. I know Rebacker could make it, but still, talk about asset. Every time Montreal Canadiens answer the phone to the GM, they ask him, okay, what do you got for us? And I think the Montreal Canadiens have, okay, but we have, cannot trade Michael Edge. I will not to give David Rebacker. And I don't think Montreal will give Jacob Fowler. The other three pieces are the draft pick, 21, 5th, and 3rd round pick, I believe, 69 for Fowler. And I think Montreal are really, really cautious about this. I think Ken Hughes will not trade all three to get someone in return. At least it's something big. But they refuse those. Captain play is no contract hockey style. And no contract hockey style GF. Yeah, I feel that way. No can play, making him more valuable for his versatility. Great point about this, Randy. You know, I do a lot of search, right? I go left and right. I deeply go, and then I was looking for Colorado today. I'm doing a section called breakout player for one per team. So I have to go deep on each roster. That's my homework in August. In August, I have a couple of videos I prepare, and I want to know all the new move, because sometimes I miss that move and I miss that move. So I check every roster, and I'm doing a breakout for the upcoming year, and that gave me a chance. So I was looking for the new Colorado and Avalanche. If you look about I said Alex Newhook was with them before. Now they have, Kiviranta, Ross Colton, $4 million. They lost Jonathan Drouin. The bottom six, it's not the same as it was before. I think Newhook will fit good right now inside of that team. But again, versatility is the right word, Randy, about Newhook. So, rank, here we go. So that's happening there for my top value asset for the Montreal Canadiens. That's come with a no movement before that. I don't think so. Montreal will move from the tripler. They expect them at some point to play with the Montreal Canadiens. They have a lot of great. They think a lot about Michael Edge. They really consider Michael Edge to be the next player, could be in the top 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's the reason I believe they're not going to go nowhere. But we'll see what's happening for them for the next one. No target for the Montreal Canadiens. So let's go back again on my subject, guys. But before we go there, I want to mention one thing I did today. I did a video about the Montreal Canadiens. Frank Santoro scored the first goal of the game at $9.99 for Frankie. Good crap. Frank scored the first goal tonight at the Hockey National Show. Thanks so much, Frank, to have a goal. I'm going to get an assist for Frankie Daigle. I'm going to get a second assist for GF Dubé. I believe this is the first time in the chat with us. Both of them get a great assist on the goal of Frank Santoro. Thanks so much, Frank, to do a contribution to the Hockey Nation Live Show. Really kind of you about that. All right, let's go back, guys, on my favorite ad players. I did a video today. I don't know if you watched my video. Released every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And I did, before that, I did my top 20 best players of the Montreal Canadiens history, and the player have to play 10 years. I did my second video, my top 10 players from 2000 to 2025. That created a lot of reaction, by the way. And I did today, my third video, it's about the Montreal Canadiens, my favorite players. This is personal. It's like who I enjoy to watch. I cannot say Maurice Richard. I never saw Maurice Richard. But I know the quality of Maurice Richard for what he did for the Montreal Canadiens. Can he be on my Mount Rushmore? I'm going to make another video about that tomorrow or the next day. But I want to share with you guys my top 20 favorite players. Now I have to go back and find the way. Where are they? I don't know if this one. Here we go. It is. So this is who I like the most when I watch them. People say, yeah, but Jacques Lemaire, Serge Savard, Guy Lapointe. Yeah. I understand that. And that's okay. It's just those players. This is what I enjoy the most to watch. Shane Corson, Chris Nyland, Brendan Gallagher. Now, in 7 days, guys, I can name Steve Shaw, Jacques Lemaire, Pete Maravlich, Frank Maravlich, Guy Lapointe, Serge Savard, Doug Jarvis. I can go all the way like this, but I said I want to get balance, right? And 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 2000 to 2025. So I put Carson, Nyland, Gallagher, Tremblay. And Tremblay with Doug Riceborough and Yvon Lambert. Carey Price was on my list. Nick Ziski right now. Sakuko Ivo. Kikarbonneau, Carbo with Gainey and Nyland. They're all three on my list. Claude Lemieux, Pepe, the clutch man, and the playoff. I followed Pepe with the Trois Draveur and the QM. Long time ago. Andrei Markov. One I believe is maybe the best quarterback power play for the Montreal Canadiens history. I did not see Doug Harvey, so I cannot complain about him. Tremblay, maybe a little bit, but not much. I know Laperrière, but I think Markov, hockey sense, passing the puck, nothing was close to Markov. Anyhow, Bob Gaining, Mr. Selke, Patrick Roy, winner of the 2 Stanley Cup, Bobby Smith. What an elegant skater. Talk about skill early, talk about hands, talk about hockey players. Bobby Smith, Chris Chelios, Vincent Danfous, What a great hockey player he was. Ivan Conway, the Roadrunner, number 12 in 70s. Mats Naslund, Larry Robinson, Ken Dryden, and Guy Lafleur. Now, Guy Lafleur is my favorite players. Like, nothing beat Guy Lafleur in my heart. Like, with a player you can see, Lafleur is still at the top, at the top, at the top. Only Guy Lafleur was my favorite players. The rest are one I enjoy the most. But Mike Rickey, Jean Béliveau, I didn't see him allowed to put him on my list or on that. Pierre Turgeon, Pierre Larouche. I can go, guys. Brand Bellows. We can add. And you said me is this guy. I would say, that's great. It's this one, my top 20 favorite is not controversy. It's just a video about what I like. So it's where we can sharing what we think. Danny Sebastien come back a couple of times. He was here with us last week. Shelton Shorey. This was a controversy one for me for my top 20, top 10 between 2000 and 2025. Shelton Shorey, cash. Billy back in the house. It's funny, Billy, you said that. Because I'm not a tall guy. I'm short. Like, I'm not like big guy. Upper body, right, legs, not much. But I'm not like a 6'4", 6'5". So always targeting the small player. If you go on my list, guys, Gallagher, Koivu, Suzuki, Cournoyer, Naslund. Why? Because he was small. Why? Because they play with heart. Why? Because he was a blue-collar shirt with a blue-collar hockey player. They play with soul. They gave everything for the logo, and that's the kind of player I like. On that, I believe Ivan Conway was the most talented players. And then you have the Grinder, the Gainey, the Corson, the Nolan, the Tremblay. Whatsoever, Tremblay was really good scorer. Lemieux, Carbonneau, defensive. And then you have the smartest kid, the skilled one. Markov, Smith, Chelios, Danfos. Oh, Chelios was more physical. So that gives you an idea how I select my favorite players. It's play on the 4 line, 3rd line, 1st line, 2nd line. And that's what you got. PW go Stéphane Richer. Nothing wrong with Stéphane Richer. 2 seasons, 50 goals. And he was on my honorable, Mike Kane, Mac Richer. So that gives you an idea, guys. Kirk Muller for that. It's another one right there. I almost put Rand Walter. Walter was on my list at some point, and I removed him. But I always liked Rand Walter prior with the Washington Capitals. Kirk Muller was excellent when you watch him with the Devils. Did great with the Montreal Canadien, but Muller was amazing. Bobby Smith with the Minnesota North Star. So when I see those players, I'm thinking when they wear the jersey with other team. Vincent Danfos with Toronto. And then he went to San Jose. Turgeon, Pierre Turgeon with the Buffalo Sabres. Pierre Larouche with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And guys, it was great. You should make the most disappointed Habs list coach. We probably get a bigger audience. People love drama. Yeah, you're right about that, A2, because my top 20 does not bring a lot of people watching my video, but it's okay. GF, Price, Markov, Kovalev, Zuski, Hudson, Koivu, Carbo, Ricky, Petrov, Richer, Subban. You know, Oleg Petrov, I remember him. His first year, Shell Dallin was impressive. Like I said, this is what your favorite players, but I think we should make a list the player I did not like. That's a funny one, A2. Or like I don't have no piss me off. My dad was upset about Jim Roberts, Terry Hopper. My dad hate them. Hate them. Like completely hate them. Um, Ron Wilson. Yeah, the plus like I can make a list like that, but it's funny one. Big Steve is another John Gorzik. That he passed away, Steve. About that, I just want to share in my list, guys. Today, I have nothing big about this, but I just want to give you an idea what it looked like. I'm going to do my Rushmore. I'm going to do two of them. One for the full franchise history, and then I'm going to build one for 2020-25 for that one. Le chevreuil, Josh Anderson, pas capable. Le chevreuil aveugle. Le chevreuil, Ross Cotnell. Henri Richard, my mother, is on my jersey. My grandfather, M64, the pocket. So, it's fun when you think about this. That reminds us a couple of memories for sure for the Hockey Nation Live Show for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's go back right here. For my first ad players for the Montreal Canadiens. Very quickly, guys, I'm going to go jumping on the Hlinka Gretzky tournament happening today, first day number 1. 4 games on the program today. And people say, yeah, but I don't follow too much Hlinka Gretzky. 17 years old, the hockey is not great. I understand that. But they are the future of the NHL Draft 2026. They are the future of the top prospect you need to know. So for me, I go there to watching game. I take a note for the players I need to follow for the 2026. I don't follow guys the 300 players. I focus usually between 50 to 75. And that's my list. I pick a couple of 5, 6 goaltender, and I go from there. So today, guys, the 4 game, the USC beat Slovakia 6-3. The Czechia beat Switzerland 6-2. Germany got destroyed by Sweden 10-0. Finland lost 5-3 against Team Canada today. A great hockey game. Talk about the game a little bit early. I want to mention the guys stood out for the Team Canada today. The big 6'5" defenseman, Keaton Verhav for the Team Canada. Lawrence, wow, what a great player is Lawrence. Played on the UCHL last season with Muskegon, I believe. Preston, I really like this kid, guys. Preston, Kenneth Gallagher. But think about a guy drive to the net, but talented skill-wise. Preston was, for me, the more fun player to watch today. Belges, another forward, 6'5". I wish he was a bit more physical. Scored 1 goal, 1 assist. And then D. Ayoro. This another forward to watching for the Team Canada. Yeah, other players, guys, was there. But I think they are the best player for the Team Canada today. The win 5-3 for that. For other players, guys, that tournament, yeah, many other I can mention to you. But they are the players pay the most attention. You have to remember most of those names. Vahantalo and Emin for Finland. And they have also the defenseman Parenerizin to remember. Hermanson and Normark for Sweden. You can have 5 more players for Sweden, 10-0. But they are the 2 players you have to remember for upcoming. For Team USA, Jake Ekstall. This is the name to remember. The goaltender also. But I focus what I pay most attention today when you review the highlights of the game. I did not watch all the game. I watched the game of Team Canada yesterday. And I watched the game USA this morning on my TV. But I did not pay too much attention. I was watching. But I did not watch Sweden. I did not watch the game Czechia. I just checked the highlights and read about those players right there. So Jeremy N is back in the house. So welcome back, Jeremy N, for that. PLW Deception List, easy. Doug Wickenheiser, Jimmy Nineman, Alex Galchenyuk, Brent Bilodeau, Lindsay Vallis. Lindsay Vallis, PLW. I was somewhere at the East Coast Hockey League. I think I was, and maybe on the Central Hockey League. This is a CHL, guys. This is a league of 8 teams: Tulsa, Columbus, Macon, with John Paris. Phil Roberto, he was in charge about the team in Columbus, ex-Montreal Canadien. Anyhow, and one day I crossed Lindsay Vallis, PLW. For that, that's make me laugher. J'ai hâte du début de la saison avec l'équipe qu'on a. Coach, oui, Jérémy, hopefully your summer is looking good. For that one, Danny, yes, Cash, I feel like Ketchenek could have been a great player. Yeah, you're right about that. For sure. So this is a Hlinka, guys, tournament happening today. I'm going to give you some update every single day if you want to know what's going on over there. Now, I want to talk about, I want to finish the show at 10 o'clock tonight, by the way. So don't forget, guys, to click on the live if you don't want. That'd be great. I have 2 subjects. One is Demidov, and then I have 3. But I have one, guys, it's called, I think it's under the Habs news. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get this one there. I laugh because let's go back in 2022. I know some of you said, Coach, come on, why you do this kind of exercise? It's not make sense at all. I know some of you be upset about that, or maybe said, Coach, you can do better. But yesterday, or many times, GF, I don't think so, is right here, GF right now. But he always talk about Casey, welcome to the house. Demidov is not going to be Guy because he will only get 17 minutes a game like Cole, while other stars get 20 minutes or more. Mark, meanwhile, at Toronto, streak without a cup will be alive in 2093. And Billy, Mark, Casey, Evan, Celebrini get 21 minutes a game average. But Celebrini is the best player for the San Jose Sharks. Casey. Nick Suzuki is the best player for the Montreal Canadien. So that's, and Suzuki played 20 minutes and more per game for that, Casey. So that's the reason. Drouin was my list of the most disappointed Habs players. Yeah, we can call it the most disappointed players. I like that. Hope I will be able to see Stamkos during my shift à de Grand Marche de Québec, Nolé Pro Am à de Centre Vidéo Coach. I would have bet Ben is in the house. Welcome back, Ben. Long time, guys. Thanks to you. P.S. Nugget will make more than 100 points. Ben, fans sent 500. Long time, Ben. And thanks again, my friend, to be with us. Like I said, Louis Leblanc was disappointed because I did not expect him to do anything. The disappointment by with the scout that year. For sure. I'm probably Benny here. I'm probably Ben here. I don't know. P.S. Welcome in the house. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyhow, let's go back in 2022. So what I did, GF always said Sakaski should not be him. So I did an exercise, guys, with Wild. And I know it's going to be crazy, but I'm Montreal Canadien. Let's go back in 2022. At the NHL draft 2022, Montreal had the first overall pick. So what I did this because I wish GF is there. Thanks so much, Ben. The Montreal Canadien does not select Sikorsky. They select Logan Cooley. Because that's GF complaining about the Montreal Canadien, about Ken Hughes. And I want to sharing this. What are you feeling about this? Someone live in Quebec here on the live. And then I said, if Montreal select not Kobidak trade, but they select McCrody as a winger. So Montreal go with a center at the first overall pick, and they go with a winger at the 13th overall pick. So they reverse the selection. They go with a winger Sakaski, and they select Kobidak. So I said, let's start every year with a lineup top 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. And if Montreal have Logan Cooley and McCarty in the lineup for the season 22-23, the lineup of the Montreal Canadiens, it will be Nick Suzuki, Josh Anderson, Cole Caulfield, Jonathan Drouin, Sean Monahan, and Mike Hoffman. Excuse me about that. And the rest guy is Jake Evans. It's RHP. It's bad. This is what. So what is missing there, guy? No Kirby Doc and no Sakaski. Is it better or not? Sakaski played 41 games. Kirby Doc played 57 games, I believe. Monahan played 49 games. Drouin disappear. That's what you got right there. Then I said, let's move on for the next following year. Montreal Canadien and 23-24. It's welcome Logan Cooley. Nick Suzuki with Monahan and Caulfield. You have Alex Newhook and Josh Anderson. So what happening, guys, during the summer? The Montreal removed Drouin. They removed Mike Hoffman. And then they have Monahan on the first line. And they have now Logan Cooley. Of course, Sakaski is not there anymore. He's not there. And Kobidak is not there. This is what gives you an idea, guys, for that one. On the season 2023-2024. Let's move on now for the following year, guys. It's getting more interesting, guys. 23-24. Right? You have Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, Patrick Laine last year. It's 24-25. You have Cole Caulfield, Josh Anderson, Logan Cooley, and Alex Newhook. Il y a no Kirby Doc. We have no Sakaski. And McCrody just turned pro. He played 8 games in NHL. He will not be on the top 6. So for 3 years, Montreal does not have Kirby Doc. And for 3 years, they don't have McCarty. And they got now Cooley. The line of the center is great. But when you look about the winger, we talk about last year. Let's give you an idea to draft Logan Cooley. It will not be necessarily a good news for the Montreal Canadiens. They will not make the playoff last year. No doubt in my mind. So Montreal Canadiens, the rebuild team, or the rebuilding process will be backwards if they select Logan Cooley and they select a 13th overall pick. I don't know the future, but that's what's happening in the first 3 years of that trade, or that draft in 2020 and 2022. Then we have, for the upcoming year, Nick Suzuki, Logan Cooley, Patrick Laine, Evan Demidov, Cole Caulfield, et Zachary Bolduc. Now, this picture is looking a little bit better for the Montreal Canadiens. This year, we have Sakowski, Suzuki, Caulfield, Demidov, Doc, and Laine. Question is going to be this way. Is it better with Logan Cooley, Laine, Bolduc, Demidov, Suzuki, Caulfield? I'm not sure about that. But at the end, Jeff is right there. Don't forget, if Montreal draft a center and 13th pick, they probably have a top 4 pick, not 5th. Don't forget, Montreal draft a center and the 13th pick, they probably have a top 4 pick. Now, that's the point. They select 13, they select McCarty, GF. And they select Cooley. They were not going to be a top 4. That's the exercise there. The question is, Montreal, is it better to have that line today? Or is it better today to have that line for the Montreal Canadiens? Is it better to get Cooley, right, over Doc, and you add Sakowski? Because if you don't have Sakowski, you have to put Bolduc on the top 6. Right now, Montreal Canadiens, one you see on the bottom, Suzuki, Sakowski, Caulfield, Demidov, Doc, and Laine, they still have Bolduc on the 3rd line. The following year, a connection the past coach maybe will have draft right. No one really knows. Yeah, that would be select a center right there. But just give you an idea, guys, is every move make something different way to do that. Then I realized maybe if they draft number 5, maybe they're not going to select David Rebacker. And they maybe select Rand Leonard, a bigger body at number 5. Who knows what could happen? But just give you an idea, guys, if it would be Cooley right there at the end. It was just a process of what sometimes people thinking if they select Cooley, Montreal will be better. I don't see a big advantage right there at this moment. And the future will time tell us, honestly, what could happen on that one. So just give you an idea, guys. And the subject of the night, guys, before we go, it's Demidov. Now, and the way I express, is it the next Lafleur? I don't say is better at Lafleur. Is it a player who's going to be on the top best player in the Montreal Canadiens history? Even Demidov. Is it the next Lafleur? And people say, yeah, but he never played any game in NHL. Oh, come on. You have to wait until he played first year. You have to see what he looked like. But here's what I learned with many years in hockey. Whatever who they are, some player, it's automatically check in. Whatever you said, yeah, but he never played. When you saw Connor McDavid, you knew when he's going to play in NHL, he's going to be a great hockey player. One you saw Connor Bedard. One you saw Kaprizov, Malkin, Ovechkin, and those Crosby, and I can go all the way. They are automatically become great hockey player in NHL. They, that's who they are. Montreal Canadien in the last 20, 30 years, since Stéphane Richer, he's the last player to score 50 goals. Saint Vincent d'Anfos, I think he's the last player to score 40 goals. Since Suzuki did it, Kovalev was the last player to score 1 point average per game. Is it Mats Naslund have the last player to get 100 points? I don't remember that one. But what do you see even Demidov and the history of the Montreal Canadiens? Lafleur, it was a first overall pick. His first year, 29 goals, 35 assists, 69 points. The most points by a rookie is 71. Both players did it. Shell Dallin and Mats Naslund. Dallin did it with 32 goals. The most goals by a rookie player by the Montreal Canadiens is 32 goals. Most points by a rookie is 71 points. Francis Racine, welcome back. The best offensive player, but Suzuki more complete for that one. Julien, greatest franchise is history sport, Montreal Canadien. Yankees by their champions. Mark Elliott scored the second goal of the night on that one. He's on the top right there. Super shot. I don't know why he did not start, but we saw that.
Oh my God!
Thank you. Second goal of the game, scored by Mr. Mark Elliott. Thanks so much on that one. On great goal right there. I'm going to give an assist on tonight. I'm going to give that to Mr. PS. That one. Thanks again. I'm going to give an assist to Danny. Danny back in the house. Welcome back, Danny. And we wish you an amazing, great evening, Mr. Danny. So Danny got an assist. Come on, Coach Lafleur. I didn't say it's Guy Lafleur. What I said, is it the next Lafleur? Pizza, welcome. Is Zachary Boduk is going to be good, Jeremy? I expect to be the same level. And Hlinka came up. Larry Lavalley is scoring the right for a hat trick. Larry Lavalley.
Oh my God!
Here we go. We got the third goal of the night by Larry Lavalley. He scored a hype on that one. Thanks so much, Larry Lavalley, for doing that. PS got an assist on that one. Thanks so much. And Mr. Julien Wiseman, Vizna got an assist on that one also. You said Lafleur again. So, is it the next Lafleur? I never said he's going to be better at Lafleur. Is it the next Lafleur? What Lafleur did for the Montreal Canadiens, guys, is this part. It took him 3 years, Lafleur, to be what Lafleur he became in NHL. Montreal Canadiens, one of the best player play on the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe the number one. But can even Demidov, fifth round pick, and 25-26 first year is coming, have the same expectation for the Montreal Canadiens. When Guy Lafleur showed up in 1971, everyone was expect Lafleur to become a superstar in NHL. It took him 3 years to reach that level. And even Demidov become that kind of players and the Montreal Canadiens, one of the best players in the history of Montreal Canadiens. He have the same kind of skill and talent, even Demidov. We'll see. Maurice Robillard, it took him 3 years because the team was stacked with talent. I hope I will see Marchessault at the Pro-Am for Jeremy about that. That said, guys, even Demidov, the way he played the KHL, the way the people talk about him, can he become the best player for the Montreal Canadiens in the next 3-4 years? Can he become better at Nick Suzuki? Is it once going to reach the 100 point? Did Lafleur play on the second or third line where when he started with the Habs, I was too young to remember the early career? Honestly, A2, for what I remember, he was not on the first line. He was on the second, third line with the Montreal Canadiens. Mark Lafleur was stuck at play behind some legend. Demidov does not have that problem, should develop faster. Now, can Demidov dominate the Montreal Canadiens and dominate an NHL? I don't say it's going to be McDavid, but can Demidov become one of the top 10 best player in NHL? Who was the best players at that level play with the Montreal Canadiens in the last 50 years? Guy Lafleur. But do we have a player at the same level like Demidov? I'm not sure. Then he said, no, Caulfield would be the next Lafleur. Maurice, welcome in the house, by the way. Can Demidov become the best player in the Montreal Canadiens history? The expectation for Demidov is high. I believe Demidov is going to be the best player for the Montreal Canadiens for the roster they have right now. Like Caulfield, Suzuki, Demidov will be better at them. Sekowski is going to be out of the first line at some point. It's like Casey said, Sidney Brunet played 21 minutes per game with San Jose. Why? Because he's the best players. Will Smith have to play 17 minutes because Sidney Brunet played on the first line with Eklund at 240. He will start him on the second line. But with time, Martin St. Louis want to win. And to win, you have to put Demidov on power play on unit number 1. You have to put him on the line number 1. It's not going to happen in October and November. But you use your best player. It's like Malkin and Crosby or Draisaitl and McDavid. At some point, you put the best horse on the ice. But this is the kind of player Demidov can be. Another Jack Hughes, 90 point, 100 point. This is what even Demidov can do repeatedly, put 90 point, 100 point year after year. We never see any player like Lafleur, in my opinion. We see great players. Naslund, Richer, Danforth, Turgeon, Ricky, Kovalev, Koivu. But we never see a player dominate like Guy Lafleur. League-wise, players, when every time was on the ice, you expect something could happen. Can Demidov become that players? I know said better, but that kind of the excitement, that kind of player said, wow, this is like, we never see that, or I cannot remember we see a player like him. Some people tell me, coach, it puts too much pressure. It's not about pressure. It's about talent-wise and skill-wise. I know he's going to make 80 points this year, but at long term, at 23, 24, the next 3, 4 years, can he become that kind of player like Kucherov with a Tampa Bay Lightning, the Kaprizov with the Minnesota Wild? Can Demidov become that player? Go over Suzuki? Who knows? Pavel Bure, Guy Lafleur was the best for the Nordic. Guy Lafleur was the most point from Sunday, I think, except Phil Exposito. But again, guys, this is where the Montreal Canadiens are going to be a shift next season. Not this year. This year, guys, they're going to get what they have. Doc, Newhook, Swabble, Jekai, Madison, where they're going to get answer. And next year, Liney no contract, Madison no contract. We don't talk about Carey Price. So 2 players, are they going to returning or not? Then you have the final year contract of Josh Anderson and Brendan Gallagher. Then you have Kirby Dach, our his final year contract this year. Alex Newhook next year after that. They all player the Montreal Canadiens are going to be take huge decision in the next 12 months. Who they keep, who they trade, who they let go, who they change around. And then they're going to get better answer about Sikorsky, Caulfield, Suzuki, Cooley, Hudson, Montembeault, Tobash. Where are they going to fit? And then you have the prospect, Kapanen, Jekai, Beck, Thorpe, Engstrom. This year, this is where I feel this is one more year. If they can make the playoff, the rebuild is over. But the following year, that's what I expect them to make a big, huge splash for the upcoming year after that. Great about that, Mark. I feel the same way about that. Want to work. By the way, guys, we want to talk about the super chat tonight. Thanks again, Mark. And Larry Lavalle on the super chat tonight. Very kind of you to do that tonight. And then we want to thank Frank. Did it also for the Hockey Nation. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Look, Ab, a heart of the goats. Heart of the goats. People laugh at me about Lane Hudson. Nobody believed me about Lane Hudson. I was wrong. He was too small. Someone said he's going to get killed at his first game. And that's okay. Now people laugh at me because they believe Demidov will never be at that same kind of players. That's okay. I've been wrong before. But I can guarantee you this tonight. Even Demidov will be the best players of the Montreal Canadiens in the next 3 years. When Hudson is going to be a superstar in NHL, Evan Demidov is going to be a superstar in NHL. What is superstar? Is the player dominate their team. Whatever Nick Ski would be good, Evan Demidov would be better. Now, maybe Suzuki be complete, a better complete players. But Demidov, it would be the best player for the Montreal Canadiens. And Lane Hudson is going to be one of the top best defensemen in NHL. You hear this from me, and the time will tell us if I was right or wrong for that one. P.S. Look, we will leave a spot for you on the bank wagon for that. Look, I believe, I still don't believe. Look, Nicolas, salut mon homme. Nicolas, beaucoup de personnes de Sherbrooke ce soir, mon Nicolas. J.F. Dubé, Philippe Bryan de Sherbrooke. Julien Toronto choke about this. But again, guys, coach also Danny. That's why he live on the 31st. That's what we got, guys, on that one. Try to pick up a couple of people in the chat. Is this the dream for Bain for that one? So I give you a little bit more all the thing I want to talk about this so far. Let's see what we got other thing here. The middle question, I will give you that one, guys. That give us now the clash before we go. You're welcome, Bain. When we have Danny make a lot of great comments in the chat and people get excited. I like that. Danny, welcome back. By the way, hopefully an amazing, great summer, Mr. Danny. So let's go on the clash tonight. I think the clash is fun tonight. The first three questions, it's okay. But the last two, it's okay. And I'm going to make a game Friday night about that. But tonight, absolutely not allowed. Here we go. I will start again with Sakeski. It's free to dream, coach. Yeah. But hopefully, you're going to tell me, coach, you was right about this. Because you never believed me about Leonard Sindler. You never believed me on Leonard Sindler at all. Now, you don't believe me or even Demidov. That's okay. That's so because I know more hockey, not at all. But when I see something special, that guarantees me I can make a statement like that. Because I really believe they're going to be that way. First question, guys. Juraj Slavkovsky over Logan Cooley. That's simple. Not about the point, not about the goal, not about assists. If you have to pick, do you select Juraj Slavkovsky over Logan Cooley? Absolutely not allowed. That's okay, look. I always suspect we was in a dream. Maurice Robillard, one Habs. Absolutely. For me, yes, A2. Pizza, Cooley, all day. Sorry. Really, absolutely. For that one, it's a tough one, honestly. 0-7, yes, not allowed, Roy. Julien Wiseman, Visno. Here, what's going to happen, guys? Cooley is going to have more points at Slavkovsky. Cooley is going to be right now on the top player for the Utah. Slavkovsky is going to be on the second line. But if Coley was with the Montreal Canadiens, it would be on the second line. It would have less point with the Montreal Canadiens. That said, after that, what we doing? What would be the impact of what Sakowski does for the Montreal Canadiens, his role for the Montreal Canadiens? This have nothing to do with Coley's going to do with Utah. But if Sakowski bring physicality and bring his Montreal Canadiens play a specific role, and he does this perfectly, Sakowski over Coley. Sakowski with Utah, is it on the first line or second line? I think he's on the first line beside Keller. That time we tell us, but right now I go with Sakowski over Coley. I gave one more time, a couple of years before. I believe it was wrong, right? So I go with Sakowski. My second question, guys. Jacob Fuller will play some NHL game in 2025-2026. And the question coming from, if ever Tauberge or Montembeault get hurt, are Montreal Canadiens are going to be with Fuller, or are they going to go with Kakkonen? So if you have to take a decision tonight, do you expect Fuller to play at least one specific game, one game in NHL for upcoming one? All the searching for a second center, Coley was the pick. Not allowed PS. Not allowed A2. 2 Maurice for absolutely. This is a tough one. A very tough one. I believe if it's happening, it could be in April. And it's not good news because maybe Montreal will be eliminated. But if you have a call up in November, December, January, maybe, I think they go with Kakkonen to support Tauberge or Montembeault. Comment for Roy about Sakowski. So for me, I would say to you, not allowed at this moment for him. I don't see that. Yeah, I agree with you, Roy, about that. The next one, guys, this is a tough one. The Anaheim Ducks, more points than the Montreal Canadiens for upcoming year. The Ducks never have the, they are only year number 3. They have 1 year after the Montreal Canadiens, the rebuilding team. But they make trade quicker at Montreal. They got Kudas, UF3. They trade for Trouba. They trade for Grader. They got Veterano. They signed UF3 Killorn. They got now Michael Grenland. Before that, they got Randstrom. They have, it's a rebuild team, but they still use veteran players more at the Montreal Canadiens. They trade John Gibson to get the open door for Dostal. The defensive players, defenseman, young core, it's great. Mentikov. They have Zellweger. They have Luno. The bottom four, and I'm not talking yet about Troy Terry, Carter Gauthier, Leon Carlson, Mason McDavish. This is a great team. But is it enough to put them over the Montreal Canadiens? LDP, welcome in the house. Thanks for all the likes. So I'm debate on that one. And the reason behind that is every year we have one or two teams make the playoff and the team is out of the playoff. I think Calgary is going to regress. I know what Jim Montgomery can do, but I think St. Louis is going to regress. I think Minnesota is going to regress. The Los Angeles Kings is going to regress. Edmonton could regress. But Anaheim, Utah to make the playoff, I don't think so. Both teams together. That said, Utah have a easier division. Well, easier. Not true, but I think a little bit easier at Anaheim and the Pacific. That's not true, coach. You have to be careful here. At the end of the day, I select Utah, take the Utah to make the playoff. I don't see Anaheim. This is a tough call because Anaheim could have more points Montreal, and both teams does not make the playoff. Okay, I go with Montreal over Anaheim, but Anaheim could be my surprise team of the year for that. Yes, look, it's difficult again to go against them. Look, I agree with you. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening. My next question, guys. This is a good one. This is the one I want to do next show. But it's not easy. No, not that one. The following year after that. The next one. Not this one. The next after that. But this one, guys. Do you think the Pittsburgh Penguins trade one of them at the trade deadline? Crosby or Malcolm or Letang? Or you believe they're going to keep all three whatsoever happening to them? At the bottom five, they're going to have a bad year, whatever happening, or they have a good year. Do you think Malcolm or his final year in hockey maybe are going to be traded? Do you think they're going to go on the rebuild team now and they trade Crosby or Letang or not allowed? All three, they're going to finish their career together with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah, Randy, they have 96 points last year. P.S. Malkin and Letang. Yes, look. Yes for A2. Crosby, Letang together. Interesting. Letang would be gone, Maurice. Absolutely for 007. Not allowed, Randy. Yeah, Mark should be fun. Yeah, it's a tough one, guys. On that one, I think they will not be not allowed. I think you're going to finish all three together. Maybe not the right things to do, but I think you're going to go that one. And finally, guys, to complete the show today, that's not an easy one. I'm laughing because this could be a great question. And I'm going to make a game Friday night about this. or maybe tomorrow, Wednesday. Um, if you are manager, do you take Crosby, Malkin, Letank over Edmonton, McDavid, Tresarol, and Evan Bouchard? I'm telling you right now, it's not easy answer that one. Maybe some of you say, oh yeah, it's easy because Crosby. I get it. But I know what Crosby did win the Stanley Cup. I know McDavid did not do it yet. But it's not about winning the Stanley Cup. It's about 3+ foundation of your team. Do you go with Crosby, Malkin, and Letank? Both players, Letank and Bouchard, problem defensive players, great offensive players. Malkin, Tresarol, is it not similar? McDavid have more point have Crosby at the same years. But what do you feel? Not allowed 007, no RDP. Yes, look, not allowed Randy. Pomerana, par un maire Pomerana. No, Billy. I'm telling you right now, I know some of you, most said not allowed. But when you go deep, and it's really questionable. I would take a Crosby alone look. Not allow Nicolas. When you think to be a GM, you think about culture. You think about what you want to bring on the locker room. What kind of character, behavior person they are. Look, you're right about that. I would take Crosby, no doubt in my mind. But the personality of Malkin versus the personality of Tresarol is different. Hockey-wise, I think Tresarol, McDavid. But to build a team to win a Stanley Cup, I take Crosby. His work ethic, his character, his leadership, lead by example, the charisma, Crosby all in. At a point, he influenced Malkin. And Letank complete Crosby. The best matchup, it would be Crosby, Tresarol, in my opinion. And I know Malkin what he did. Malkin had an amazing quick career. I can understand that. But I'm not sure about Bouchard and Letank. Letank is a bit more better skater, pass the puck more. Bouchard have a really great power play, great power shot, slap shot. Malkin is finished now. Yeah, I was talking under Prim, by the way. But Roy winner, yeah. Again, it's a great exercise if you think about this. I just like my head is spinning right now to say, okay, coach, whatever it is. So, Boomerang put McDavid during the time of Crosby Malkin won the cup. The game today is not the same. McDavid over Crosby, Dressler over Malkin, just Letank over Bouchard. You see, he go with Crosby, McDavid. The quality, the skill, talent price on the ice, McDavid, yes. But the quality to bring your team to win the Stanley Cup, I'm not sure Tresarol over Crosby. This is the trend right there, Boomerang. It's, again, Um, this is what I like about debate, about opinion, about friend agreement or disagreement. It's all good. I cannot say to Boomerang right now, said, you're wrong. Who I am to tell him that? He have his own opinion. But that's okay. And that's good. Because that's make a conversation between the hockey fans. Yeah. Always respect people. Always to accept their opinion. And this is what make the channel we are small, but we great people. I believe that was my mission. That's what I believe is the right things to do. And I know one thing. If I want to get more people, I just need to be controversy and to said things. It's not make sense. Just to attract people, said a clickbait. That's happening for other channel, but have a choice to go not go that direction. I try to go around. For me, I always believe the quality of the people are the reason who we are. I could have 400 people here, and we have 300 trash the channel. It's not going to work. So for me, that's the direction we are looking for. Anyhow, blah, 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 blah. We go at the end of the show already. That's crazy, the time flying. Before we go, I want to mention I should be back Wednesday night, but you never know, I could be back tomorrow night. Check the bell notification. We never know what could happen. Until then, my friend, I want to thank the 3 super chat tonight. Frank, Mark, Larry. You don't know how much I'm gratefully thankful for all the super chat. Danny T, welcome back in the house. We miss you. Glad to see you around. Hopefully you're doing well, you and your family, Danny. And new people pop up tonight. People we not see them for many weeks, a month, are back in the house. Slowly, properly, the right way, we're going to get to the next season. Until then, we just exchange, it's fun conversation. And that's the beauty of that one. Until then, my friend, of course, that's who you are. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. That's all we got for you tonight. Don't forget Wednesday, Marco back in the house. Don't forget September 1st, Labor Day. The next night, September 2nd, we're going to start the new upcoming season at the Hockey Nation, season number 6. We're launching. Once the following day, September 3rd, Frank back in the house with Marco. Don't forget that we're going to get a new guest coming with the Hockey Nation show the next couple of weeks. And then we're going to have a new schedule for upcoming year. It's not going to be a 2-hour show anymore. It's going to be 90 minutes. I don't know, it's going to start at 9 o'clock until 10:30 or 8:30 until 10. I need to figure out. But this is going to be happening for next year. And we're going to be the best we can be for all for you for the upcoming season of the Hockey Nation show, Ab Nation. It was a pleasure to be with you tonight. I can't wait to see you the next time. Until then, my friend, be well, BL. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what? Someone said 2025, like Hlinka Gretzky, Nicolas de Gobi Bono or RJ. And then we want to thank also RJ Calabro, the news update. And we want to thank all of you to be with us tonight. To click on the likes, if you don't mind, subscribe and become a member of the Hockey Nation show. $1 or $2 can make a difference at the end of the day. And we appreciate all of you to be with me tonight. Enjoy the rest of the night. And be ready for the next show. Until then, the Hockey Nation, I show the Ab Nation, and all the cheese. Well, not many cheese right now. And tell them, want to tell you one more thing, sir. We love you, friends. Good night, everybody. Pray a thought for Luc Luciano mom and our top parents, Steve McNair mom, Larry Lavalley wife, Ross Stumbington. I always miss someone. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, Maurice, Danny, and welcome back, Danny Bay. Mark Elliott, good night, my friend. Thanks again, Nicolas de Gobi-Bono. And booyah! Good night, everybody.